Hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Do you ever feel that you had an unfair, unjust, or even traumatic childhood? If so, I think you're going to get some value from this session. My name's Adam, host of the Hypnotist podcast, and in this session, the client that I was working with was a man that had 4 daughters, but in his childhood suffered what can only be described as abuse from a very insecure but domineering father. The play fights weren't play fights. They were very aggressive, painful, and designed to humiliate and create a feeling of fear. Bullying effectively, but not from another child, but from a father that was much older than the child that they were meant to be protecting. What this hypnosis session does is it uses dissociated regression to create empowered feelings, and that is to be the protector of themselves in the way that their father should have been for them, and effectively create some kind of karmic justice designed to create empathy so that their own father would know what they were experiencing. But that's designed to do 2 things. It's designed to take a disempowering emotion and make it empowering, but also a reframe, and also a sense of that their past actually gives them a level of empathy and a level of resilience that very few people would be able to experience, so that to their children, they can be a better father than ever. And this is the ultimate reframe for trauma. It's not saying that a traumatic thing is good or beneficial. It's saying that the ultimate way to become empowered is to say, the past happened, it shouldn't have, it wasn't right, and it's not a good thing. But from that thing, it may lead to positive consequences that could be harnessed in the present. And that's how you reframe a horrible moment to be empowering. It turns a victim into a survivor. Now, please be aware that because this was a male client that had children, there's references to being a father and a good father. And for them, all of this suppressed emotion felt like this thick black smoke, which is why I use that as a synesthetic metaphor within this particular hypnosis session. Some of those references might not be right for you. That might not be how trauma feels to you, and you might not be a father, in which case disregard any suggestions that aren't quite right for you. But if you do like the idea of working with me directly so that I can do a bespoke session for your specific situation and circumstances, then there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule that free consultation call and we can have a chat. For now, though, you might get some value from this session, even though it was created for someone else. So find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax. And I'm not going to say enjoy the session, but see if you can take some value from this session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a feeling of calm relaxation. And as you exhale, feel a feeling of release. As your eyelids get heavier, just notice your neck, your shoulders, and your chest relaxing. And that relaxation means you can breathe in for longer. And as you exhale, you're able to elongate the outward breath so that the outward breath lasts for longer than it normally would. Each breath taking you deeper and deeper relaxed. And I want you to scan your body for any clues of tension or something else. Perhaps something that's been bottled up for a long time. And I want you to feel that you're breathing in a sense of emotional healing. Perhaps you could imagine a bright white light and breathe in that emotional healing. But as you exhale, I want you to imagine thick, dark smoke leaving your body in your outward breath. Breathing in that healing feeling and exhaling any toxic emotions that have been building up perhaps since childhood. That's it, breathing in and breathing out. And I want you to get a sense that with each breath, you're feeling lighter, you're feeling calmer. And as you exhale, see more of that thick black smoke. But the deeper you breathe and the longer you breathe out, the less of that dark smoke exists, proving to you that what was trapped and suppressed and lodged inside is now being released. And as you breathe in and breathe out, allow your body to sink a little deeper. And with every outward breath, imagine releasing a bit more tension and a bit more of that grey or dark smoke. Notice your body gets lighter as you release a little bit more of that weight, that psychological and emotional weight that you no longer need to carry. And your eyelids may grow heavier, or your body may begin to feel lighter. And with each breath, you can notice yourself drifting deeper into a place of calm and safety. In a few moments, I'll count down from 10 to 1, and with each number, you'll find yourself sinking into a deeper, more comfortable level of relaxation, continuing to breathe in that healing emotion of white light and exhaling anything that your body wants to release. So 10, feeling your body loosen. 9, breathing, slowing naturally. 8, drifting deeper and deeper into comfort. And 7, as your thoughts quieten. And 6, a sense of calm spreading. 5, halfway there, feeling safe. 4, deeper still. 3, allowing, trusting, accepting. 2, drifting deeper now. And 1, deeply relaxed. And I want you to imagine floating all the way back to a childhood home. Not as you were, but as you are now, with all of your knowledge and wisdom, your physical size and strength. And I want you to go back to a moment perhaps where your father was roughly playing with you as a child. Except it wasn't play. It was about dominating, control, even under the guise of toughening you up. But I want you to see it as it really is. Not from the eyes of a child, but from the eyes of where you are now. And I want you to see something that feels wrong and unfair. And I want you to feel that urge to protect that younger version of you. Because that younger version of you was being aggressively and unfairly treated by the very person that was meant to protect. And I want you to feel like you are taking years of injustice, years of feeling vulnerable, feeling scared. And I want you to imagine condensing all of this into a ball of energy, a glowing ball of energy. That any anger, unfairness, injustice, I want you to feel that you are creating a powerful ball. And then I want you to aim that ball at your father and fire it at him. And he can feel that energy. And then I want you to see a startled, surprised face. And you ask the question, do you want to play fight with this child? And he says yes. But given that you and the child are the same person, it is only fair that you take their place. So now see the child sat nearby, and you will play fight with your father. But now it feels like a fair fight. And I want you to give your father a taste of his own medicine. The very things that you experienced as a child. I want you to feel that you have unleashed all of that pent-up emotion from your past to now deploy in this time. The difference is that you only need to do this once, because this is a lesson in karmic empathy. To be on the receiving end of something that he was dishing out means ideas and realities collide. So imagine that now. Instead of being vulnerable, you are strong. Instead of being dominated, you are domineering. And I want you to do the things just enough until you feel that they have learned a lesson. When you feel that they have learned that lesson, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And then ask them, are they going to continue? Are they going to continue from this point forwards to do something unfair, unjust to a vulnerable child? And if they say yes, they need to learn the lesson again. And if they say no, you warn them that it's fine, so long as they don't. And then tell them that instead of dishing out criticism, it would be more beneficial to dish out encouragement. Instead of making someone feel afraid, why not make their own child feel courageous and confident? That rather than giving them attention that makes them feel weak, ashamed, or in pain, why not give them the attention of empathy, understanding, genuine interest, and encouragement? And you realize the very request you're giving your father are also useful for you. You don't need a book or an expert to tell you how to be a father. You realize how you would have wanted to have been raised is exactly the blueprint for you to do that for your own children. I want you to imagine leaving this place, but first, having a conversation with your mother, saying what you were never able to say as a child, but would have wanted to. And I want you to feel that you are wiping the slate clean with your past. You can't change the past, but you can change the meaning you give it. And what if your past didn't break you? What if your past gave you access to a new level of resilience and empathy and a capacity to love because of what you experienced? It should never have happened, but it did. But what if that makes you more powerful than ever? And then try and breathe out any more of that thick black smoke. And if it feels like you have emptied that now, that there is just no more remaining, let me know by nodding your head. And you can continue to breathe in that healing white light and exhale that thick black smoke, knowing that this smoke represents the past that you've endured, your own struggles of childhood, moments where you felt small, unseen, or unworthy, or just fearful. And maybe that smoke was to suppress memories or numb the pain. Maybe it was a way your body stored emotions too heavy to process back then. But now you no longer need to carry it. So continue to breathe in that fresh healing light. And as you breathe out, see that any remnants of that black smoke leaving your body. With every breath, you exhale the pain, the shame, any feelings of not enough. And each breath releases more of that smoke. And with every release, you feel lighter, freer, more capable of being the man and father you want to be. And if you notice the smoke thinning, getting lighter, not quite so dark, just let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And I want you to feel as though a wind of healing compassion is carrying it far away, dissolving into nothingness, so that all remains is clarity, strength, and peace. That's it. And as that smoke clears, you notice something powerful. Your past did not break you, it forged you. The struggles you've endured have given you resilience, strength, and empathy. Qualities that make you not just a good father, but a better father. Because you know what pain feels like. And you are more committed to giving your children love, safety, and presence. Your past is not a chain that holds you back. It is a fire that shaped the steel of who you are today. And you are strong. Because from this moment forward, you will develop a belief that being a father is not about doing more, achieving more, or proving yourself, or doing it right. It's about being present, being attentive, being loving, and being mindful. Your children don't need a perfect father. They need you. And the greatest gift you can give them is your time, your love, and your presence. It's time to leave your past, but as you leave your past, I want you to hug that young version of you. Tell them they are strong. They are worthy. Tell them that they will do incredible things. And one day they will be an excellent father. And as you hug them and say goodbye, tell them that you will be a guardian angel to that child, protecting them if they need it. All they have to do is call. And I want you to feel how good it would feel to have experienced that in your past, and connect that past with your future. And now, I want you to imagine your future over the next few days, weeks, and months. And imagine spending time with your children. Picture yourself fully there. No distractions, no worries about what you should be doing. Just being with them, listening, laughing, and noticing the little things that matter most. And in that presence, you realize this is enough, and you are enough. And then I want you to imagine yourself perhaps a year or two from now. And I want you to see the impact The impact of seeing yourself as a father who has released the old pain and embraced the gift of being present. See the joy on your children's faces and feel the connection growing stronger. And notice how your resilience and empathy guide you to be the father they need. And every day you carry the truth that your past makes you stronger and your presence makes you the father you always wanted to be. Just allow your body to reconnect with this idea. You are a good father, a good person. You have good intentions, and that's enough. Get a sense that those old heavy feelings, that thick black smoke has left your body now and been replaced with a wonderful feeling of presence. The presence to give attention, to listen, and notice. To have real conversations and real connections. It's time to leave this past and the future, but feeling that the past gave you wisdom, gave you empathy, gave you strength. You can learn from the past, but you don't need to live there. And you are not defined by it. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose as you feel that you're recalibrating with the here and the now. All parts and sensations returning back to your arms, legs, in this moment as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling like a weight has been lifted from your shoulders. A childhood injustice is now cleared. And you will have unleashed a new level of presence and connection for those that you love the most. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, I would encourage you, if you haven't already, to hit the subscribe button or follow button to make sure that you're automatically notified of any future episodes that I release. Also, by doing that, it lets the algorithm know that you like this show, and that will put it in front of even more people that might not know that this show exists. So that would be helpful for me. And if you like the stuff that I do, take a moment just to have a look in the show notes or the description, because there's lots of free things that I have to offer, including free hypnosis downloads without the intro or the outro like I'm doing now. So thank you again for joining me on today's episode, and I'll see you again soon for the next one.